So this is a time where we are in our homes. You might have kids who are excited about gardening or might be interested in learning about seeds. Um, and so I've created some activities to show you all that use materials that you might have in your house or in your pantry for growing and doing some gardening. So although we might not realize it, a lot of the things that we buy at the grocery store and eat in our diet are seeds, in fact, seeds. Um, and so I have a can of black beans, I have some lentils, and I found some pumpkin seeds in my pantry. And these are all things that you can actually plant and grow. So these are the pumpkin seeds. I'm soaking them in some water. And the thing that we don't know about grocery store seeds is how old they are. So before planting anything from the grocery store, like black beans or lentils, I first do a germination test, which is another really fun activity to do with kids or students. And what I have done is I have moistened a paper towel, and I just put that wet paper towel in a plastic bag. I took 10 black bean seeds and I set them inside the moist paper towel and put it in a place that's warm for these seeds to then start to sprout and grow. So out of the 10 seeds, I want to know how many are starting to germinate and grow. And I set these aside just yesterday. And I'm going to show you my desktop. So this is the paper towel. You can see the seed coat is already changing the color of the paper towel. It's a little bit more brown because those seeds have been in the moist water paper towel. And in fact, we have many of these little seeds have already started to germinate and grow. So I know that these black bean seeds are viable, meaning that they're alive, they were stored well, they're not too old, and they are actually able to sprout. So this is very exciting. And now what I'm going to do is actually plant the seeds that have already started to germinate. I have a recycled container. This is a mushroom container. And I've been collecting tea bags and coffee grounds. So if you don't have soil on hand at home, there are some creative options that you can use to still grow plants. So these are coffee grounds, and I'm just going to set the germinated seeds in the moist coffee grounds. And like Catherine mentioned when talking about watering, it's just important that these seeds stay moist while they're germinating. They don't need sunlight, but once they sprout and start to grow, you will want to put this container in a sunny spot so that they have light to grow. So I'm going to put them in my windowsill. And yes, this little tea bag here, I just cut off the top and am placing seeds inside the tea bag. So it's a fun way to get creative with little ones in the house. And then once these plants start to grow and start to form little seedlings, like develop into seedlings, I have a spot outside in my home garden that I'm going to plant them in. If you don't have a space outside, there are seeds that can that are good for just eating as sprouts. So for example, my lentils here, what I'm doing is I'm just sprouting these so that they form little sprouts, and then I can add them to my salads. They're actually edible just in that form. So with sprouting seeds, I make sure that the seeds are moist, and I actually run water through them each day and drain out the water and keep them in a sunny place. We're going to follow up with lots of resources of at-home activities so that you all can get an idea as well. And then quickly, I just want to show you one of my propagation activities that I have been doing at home. This is a green onion, a few green onion plants that I planted. So what I did is I just snipped off the tops of the green onions and I planted the white part. And this one has really launched off. It's only a week old and it's like been growing. So what I can do now is cut this and it'll come again. So again, kind of like what Catherine said about those salad greens, those lettuce greens, they're cut and come again crops. So this I'm just gonna add to my spring rolls and they'll keep growing. So these are some ideas for you all to get creative at home and still enjoy in the beauty of green and growing things in your house. So again, in the PowerPoint that we're going to share, I created slides that outline exactly these activities that I just walked you through. So you can see those on our PowerPoint, and we'll send, again, follow-up resources in a blog post and email. I'm now going to share my screen again.